What is going on, folk? It's NimbleThor here, and welcome back to my mobile gaming quest, where today we are playing Gems of War, which is a puzzle RPG that I was recommended to check out by you guys after I played Dragons and Diamonds a few weeks back. And oh boy, what have you guys gotten me into here? This game is absolutely huge, and understandably so, because it has been continuously developed ever since it released on mobile back in 2015. Now, this game is already out on Android, on iOS, on Xbox, on PlayStation, on Steam, and as of just a few days ago, out on the Nintendo Switch as well. So let's just dive straight into some of the combat here, and we'll go back and talk about all the other gameplay elements afterwards, because there's so much to cover in this video, but I'll try to do it relatively quickly so you guys can get a quick overview, and then we'll conclude at the end of the video. So if we have a look at the board of gems here, interestingly, only matching 3 of the skulls will make us directly attack the opponent. So what this means is that if we simply match colors, for example, these 3 green ones here, we're not going to attack the opponent, we're not going to get extra defense or anything like that. It's not going to boost our stats in any way, but what it is going to do, though, is that it's slowly going to charge up those of our heroes that use green orbs to charge their special skills. So in our case, that would be the goblin over here, which now has 3 out of 6 energy needed to use the hide and seek attack, which deals 6 damage to an enemy and gains an extra turn. So that's a really powerful attack, and actually we can use that one on the next turn now that we've matched 3 extra green ones. So let's do that, and that is enough to nearly take out one of the opponents completely. Now, if we do have an option to match other colors that are beneficial for us, we may sometimes want to do that first. So for example, I'm going to match these 3 red ones here to charge up the special ability of our first unit as well. And so now let's use these 2 abilities. Definitely going to use this one first, because that's going to give us an extra turn. So going to use that one on the first one up there, and now let's use this one, which is going to deal 3 to 8 damage to a random enemy, and let's hope it's going to attack. Yes, it dealt 5 damage to the one at the bottom. That was pretty nice. So now what we could do is we could try to match some of the brown ones, for example. So let's try doing that right here. But oh no, guys, this opened up an opportunity for the opponent to deal a normal attack by matching 3 skulls, which they did. Just as you guys saw just before. So what do we want to do now? Let's check out the special ability of the bear down here, dealing 4 damage to an enemy, boosted by enemy dragons, and half of that damage to adjacent enemies. So that is pretty cool as well. So let's match some more of these brown ones to attempt to get that one charged up. I also want to go for more of the green ones, though, because that's going to charge up our goblin as well, and the goblin actually deals a pretty nice amount of damage, considering that we only need to match 6 green ones in total, 6 green gems, to be able to charge that one up. Now, the other gameplay element here on the board is that if we can somehow find a way to match 4 similar colors of gems, then we're gonna get an extra turn as well, and that extra turn can really make a big difference in this game. So whenever you get that option, definitely be sure to do so, whether or not you can actually use the color of the gems that you are matching, right? So it might make sense to match 4 colors even though you don't use that color for any of your heroes. So let's look at this. We can use this special ability, so let's do that right now on this guy, and that should take out the bottom one, which it did. And it looks like this match is going to be relatively easy to end off here. We just have to figure out what's the easiest to charge up. I guess either collecting more yellow ones, so let's keep doing that, or green ones. This one has a pretty nice attack as well. It's going to deal 5 damage to an enemy troop, deal double damage if the enemy is stunned. It's pretty rare that the enemy is stunned, though. But it's pretty cool because it can deal up to 10 in damage in total, which should be enough to take out pretty much any opponent, really. So we could try to charge that up, or we could go for, look at this, the goblin now can use its special ability. So let's just end it off here by using this one on the opponent here on the right side, the only one left, dealing 3 in damage, and we have now won this round. Look at that. So now we're gonna get some rewards. We may even level up to level 11. We got some XP, some gold, some souls, some major earth trade stone, and we leveled up to level 11. So now we're gonna increase one of our stats, and we get to choose a mastery. Now, as you guys can see on the right side here, it says that tap to choose a mastery gives a chance for extra mana when matching gems. So this can be really beneficial. I'm gonna keep upgrading fire mastery because we have quite a few fire-related units in our team. So let's go have a look at our troops, actually, because that's, of course, one of the core elements of this game is troop management, just like card management in a card collection game. And you guys can see that these units do actually look kind of like cards, and we do have a card-like system where we can collect multiple of the same type of unit to level it up. So this is one of the new ones that I actually haven't checked out yet. This one's special ability deals 4 damage to an enemy, boosted by allied Fae and Beasts, and it gains 5 souls, so that could be useful if we have a deck with lots of Fae and Beasts in. We don't have that currently, and as you guys can see in the top left corner of this card, we also do have to match 12 gems in total to use that special ability, and this one has no shield and only 5 in HP. So it's not exactly an amazing card, it's an okay card, but I feel like the ones we have on us right now are already better. Now what we also have apart from troops are weapons, and you guys can see that we've got this weapon currently equipped, which is a +1 Guardian Halberd, which deals 3 to 8 damage to a random enemy. We can go in and we can upgrade this one, which we need a currency for that we don't have enough of right now, but we can get that currency through PvP. And then as for upgrading our troops, such as this Wandering Monk here, for example, we can do this by simply spending some of the currency that we get from winning single-player campaign missions. And so let's try to do that right now. Let's say we want to level it up to level 5, for example. We're going to spend some, how much? 115 souls to level it up to level 5, and that's going to add 1 extra attack, 1 extra magic, 2 extra life, and 1 extra armor. So now this unit is much stronger. Apart from the troop management though, let's just quickly go over some of the other gameplay elements in this game, such as for example the guild system, which is quite extensive. We can go into raid bosses, we can go into guild wars even, and there are even sieges starting in, as you guys can see, 11 days, and another one in 18 days as well. So there's lots of guild content in this game. Then we also have timed games over here. You guys can see that there's a ton of those as well. Right now we have a pet rescue game that we can choose to go into if we want to, and as you can see right now in the reward section on the right side, we're actually going to be able to get this pet here if we complete all of these 8 battles. So that's another element to the game that you can spend some time on. Then of course we also have PvP over here on the left side, where we can fight against a bot controlling other players' defensive setups of units. And we can do that both in ranked matches and in casual matches. And then of course we can also change our defensive setup over here on the right side. Apart from that, there's just a ton of single player content. These are some of the quests that we played before, but we also have challenges. If we go in here, there's lots of challenges we can dive into as well. Apart from that, there are also other areas of the world that have their own quests, their own challenges. As I told you guys, just an absolutely ton of single player content in this game, so there's a lot to really dive into. There is also the option to spend a lot of money on the game though. Sadly, you can spend up to $100 on gems, and you can use that to buy more in-game gold, you can use that to buy certain subscriptions to the game, and overall the monetization is just gonna make the game really unfair, especially the PvP, because it allows us to buy new weapon upgrade packs, and it also allows us to buy new units directly. So I'm not really liking that, but we do get lots of units for free though. Look at this, for example. I can go in here and actually open 50 of these chests, and look at the insane amount of new units we got here. Most of them are common, but we also got some gold, we also got some souls. We also got some rare ones, I think. Let's go up here and have a look at the top here. For example, the Frost Giant here, dealing 4 damage to a random enemy boosted by skulls, then freezes them. That's pretty cool, so I probably want to add that one to my deck, for example. So that's about it for the game. My conclusion is that it's a nice casual experience. I do think that if you go hardcore on it, you will end up having to spend money to compete, but as a casual match-3 RPG, this is actually a really fun game, and I like the added complexity of the unit upgrades, the different skills, the weapons, and so on, because that really spices up the core gameplay in a very nice way, and it makes it a bit more interesting than simply having to match same color gems and then do 1 attack and then do that over and over again. I like the added complexity that we see in this game. So with that said, now it's time for the mobile gaming news of the day, which is that Razer, who has made the Razer Phone 1 and 2, have now announced that they're teaming up with Tencent to improve the performance of Tencent games on Razer phones. And this partnership will apparently focus on 3 main areas: hardware, which makes sense, software, which also makes sense, and then services, whatever that is. So what exactly this partnership actually means for the performance of Tencent's games, only time will tell, of course, but as a Razer phone owner, you should at the very least be quite excited about this news. As a good chunk of you guys probably already know, I don't have a Razer phone myself. I'm playing on a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, but this news did make me think though, what sort of phone do you use to play on currently? And which one would you like to buy as the next upgrade? Could you see yourself buying a Razer phone the next time around? Let's discuss that in the comments, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.